how you feeling?
Man, and welcome to Alpha Talk episode 16. Yes, we are on episode 16. I'm getting up there. I'm almost to 20, man. And it's kind of crazy because before we get into whole like the shout outs things, I just want to say this because I made an announcement on my Alpha Talk page and I said I just want to give a shout out to all my supporters and my fans, people that's been supporting me. So I just want to give a big shout out to everybody that's watching on Facebook Live. And I appreciate you, Greg, for saying yes, sir. So thank you for joining the Alpha Talk episode 16. But this podcast is sponsored by D&T Investments. What is D&T Investments? D&T Investments is my dad's and my stepmom's company. What do? They invest in homes. They fix them up and then they sell them back, put them back on the market for you guys, for a reasonable price. You can reach them at 254-334-9241. I think a 40. Just type in either or. I don't know. It will get there. And then this podcast is also sponsored by Alpha Gaming. What is Alpha Gaming? Alpha Gaming is my own gaming team that I just created in 2020. And 2021 is our year. We're doing big things, man. It's just a slow process because now that I think about it, this gaming thing is something very hard to do. And I'm trying my best to get to where you got to get to. But on February 6th, Alpha Gaming will be having our own in-house tournament. That means that we'll be having a team go against each other, and we'll battle it out to see who's going to be the top 5 people to be on the main team for the national tournaments and stuff like that. So if you want any more information about us, you can follow us on Instagram at alphagamingteam_. So for today's podcast, man, I just want everything to be lit and enjoyable, and I appreciate everybody that's watching on the live, man. I appreciate you, Nate. Appreciate you, Edgar, for tuning in. I just want this episode to be cool, calm, and collect. I was supposed to have a guest today, and I'm pretty sure he couldn't make it today, so it's cool. I'm solo dolo, so we're going to hop in this thing. And the first topic that I want to get into was understanding the difference between fake news and the real news and how it affects your mental process and how you think and go about your daily life. And a lot of people will probably ask me, like, what do you mean, Onte? Well, this is what I mean. I mean by when you get on social media and you see a headline, it might say, let's say a crazy headline like Joe Biden released felons out of prison, right? Okay, so what do you do? What does that normal person do when they see a post like that? They normally look at that post and they just, they go text their buddy and be like, hey, bro, Joe Biden just let out whole felons. Like, this is crazy. And then the word just keeps getting out and out and out and out. And then everybody just keep coming up with these fake news. And it's like, bro, did you even go on Google to look this up, or you just coming out this because somebody else told you? Appreciate you, Quentin, for tuning in on the Alpha Talk podcast. But yeah, man, and I think it's absolutely crazy because there's been a lot of current events lately that social media has been playing in a big part of our daily life, man. And it's so crazy to think that the internet started in like the early 2000s, like 2000s almost, right? And like, just think about the evolution of internet and where it came. Like, we are able to like talk to find family members that we ain't never knew about in our life. And it's just like so crazy because the more and more you see fake news on social media, what does that do to your brain, bro? That makes you think about crazy stuff. Like all day, every day you get on your phone and what do you see? You just see stuff that you wouldn't see normally. And it makes you think over and over again, like, dang, maybe this is really real. Instead of you actually spending that time to go look up the information by yourself, like how a actual person would do, like it has a lot to do with what the reason with all these stocks and all that just happened, like recently. Like a lot of people lost a lot of, like, yeah, don't get me wrong, like, yeah, a lot of people are out here making bank, right? Yeah, they're doing good. But then you got a lot of people who actually lost a lot of money, man. You got people putting in 10K of their life savings from what they save on the daily basis from their job, bro. And they don't have no type of information about stocks, on how to like invest or anything like that. And that goes to show that anything you see on social media will manipulate you into thinking that it's true. And it's like so crazy, man. It's just like a bully convincing you to giving you his lunch money. Like, are you gonna give in or are you not? And it's crazy because social media is ruining and running a lot of people's lives, man. And it's crazy because I don't know. It's just crazy to me. And a lot of people right now are upset because like the whole Robin Hood situation. And I know people are gonna think like, "Oh, you sound crazy Bob for saying this," but it's like if you don't know anything about stocks or anything like that, don't go on social media and be like, "Hey, go invest 6K or go invest 3K." You're telling average people who, you know what I'm saying, maybe they probably are going through something, who really need some extra cash and they do have 3K. What are they going to do, bro? They're going to actually go put that money into that stock, bro, and don't have no idea that when they wake up the next day, it's gone. Like, I don't get it. Like, and Nate said, I'm about the YouTube effects of fake news. Exactly. Like, that makes so much sense. Like, and it's ridiculous. And it's kind of like it drives me insane because, like I said in a couple podcasts ago, I'm on the sideline this year. I ain't talking to nobody. I'm not talking about politics. I'm not talking about no world events. If you want to talk to me, come talk to me in my underground bunker, and we can sit down with no cameras, no phones, no cellular service, nothing. I don't want to say anything. And I think it's crazy because the more and more I actually sit back and watch and not be involved in all this, it blows my mind on how much stuff that you start learning and understanding without actually being part of the issues that the world is going on. And like, man, it's so crazy. And I shout out to all the people who do know stuff about stocks. And I seen a post most recently, and it was talking about how somebody was saying like you gotta pay to play. And what does that mean is you gotta pay to learn. Like, for people who out there who actually learned about stocks and forex, day trading, they actually put in the time. They actually went to go buy books. They joined groups. They joined other like organizations to learn bits and pieces of what they gotta do to be a day trader or a forex or a person who does things on stocks. Like, you gotta pay to play, man. You gotta, if you want to be a rapper, entrepreneur, man, or a radio host, bro, you gotta put that money into your investment. And then later on in life, maybe you can play, play with that money that you just earned. Like, it's rules and regulations to the game. There's no get rich quick scheme. There's none of that. And I'm actually starting to realize that now because like at the age of 24, bro, and I'm actually trying to shoot for my dreams and do the things that I want to do, bro. It's absolutely crazy to me that like I actually got to sit down and talk to myself and be like, hey, look, it isn't going to be 5 years, bro. It might be 5 years from now. But, bro, it might take you 24 years to be where you want to be. And it sucks, but this is reality, and that's how life works. And a lot of people need to understand that. There's no get-rich-quick scheme that you see on Instagram, or you see 23-year-olds riding in foreign cars or stuff like that. Like, yeah, maybe they got lucky, bro, and maybe God blessed them and got lucky, and in the next 3 years they're going to be balling. But for you, the average person who works a 9 to 5 like myself, and it kind of sucks because you spend a lot of time at work, right? So it's like you need to spend that time outside. If you have like 4 or 5 hours outside of work, use that time to spend time on whatever you want to do to be outside of the 9 to 5, bro. And like a lot of people lose time doing that because they spend time sleeping or at work all day. And you gotta do what you gotta do and stop believing things on social media. And that's the number one key going into 2021. Stop believing fake news. Fake news is, I believe, like I've been saying before, I think social media is going to be the downfall of America. I don't know about other countries, because if you go to Russia and China, they're completely controlled. Like, everything they see is controlled. I just feel like America, bro, if we keep letting social media drive us into doing stuff like at the Capitol, if we keep having stuff like that happen, bro, it's going to be absolutely insane. And just think about, like, how the George Floyd situation happened, right? Now, there's a lot of deaths of black folks happening on a daily basis every single day, right? So why can't every single black person be on the news? Why is it only Pacific ones in Pacific locations? Like, it's just things that you need to look into. Like, yeah, it's just absolutely crazy because, people do die every day, right? But it's like, why isn't certain things on the news? Why isn't certain things being talked about? We got like a whole sex trafficking ring going on that isn't being talked about, and it's all behind our ears and behind like closed doors. And I don't understand that part. But before I get into the next topic, I know I said in every single week I'm gonna be having a crazy shirt on, and this week I got on a Footloose shirt. I'm a little bit young. We all the people that might be tuning in, but I got my little Footloose shirt on, and my boy Paul. Shout out to Paul PL. Go watch him. And he said I'm a little bit young, but I believe him. I watched the movie, and it's a little bit old. It's a little bit old. So, but it's a good movie. I actually watched it, and I got this shirt yesterday. I actually spent the time on YouTube just to watch it, so I can understand the movie, and I enjoy the movie. So I suggest whoever's out there watching the Alpha Talk podcast, go watch that movie. And for the second topic for today on episode 16, man, this topic here has been bugging me for the longest, right? So there's a lot of talk about tomorrow. We got the Bucks. Is the Super Bowl tomorrow? I'm not sure if the Super Bowl's tomorrow. Next Sunday. Okay. So we got to talk about them. We got the Bucks and we got the Chiefs. So if you're watching the live right now, I would like to know who you think will win in the Super Bowl this year. We got the Chiefs and we got the Bucks. Now, I'm a Patriots fan, and I've been a Patriots fan since I bought Drew Bledsoe's poster from the bookstore in elementary school. That's how long I've been liking the Patriots now. Don't get me wrong, I am a Tom Brady fan. And I do think Tom Brady, I don't know, because I seen this post, man, and it was saying that if Patrick Mahomes cannot beat Tom Brady, then Tom Brady is really the GOAT. Like, there's no, yeah, you got to accept it. There's no, is what it is. But now if Patrick Mahomes beats Tom Brady, then we know who the real GOAT is. And everybody's saying Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs. I'm going to have to go with the Chiefs. I'm a Bucks fan, but I have to go with the Chiefs. Why? Is because Patrick Mahomes can turn up in the last two quarters. He can give it to you. He can do what he do. Now, I watched the man play baseball in high school. The man got an arm on him, and it's pretty crazy to think that we all the same age, and we watching this man on TV. Kudos to Patrick Mahomes, bro. He's the GOAT, and I feel like he will win another Super Bowl. He might actually win the next 10 in his 10-year contract. And if that happens, he just needs to retire. That's it. Done deal. Go home, sit down, enjoy your newborn baby, your wife, and that's it. You got a $500 million contract to sit down on. And then you invested into the Kansas City baseball team. So you own a little bit of them. And that goes to show, if Patrick Mahomes can do it, bro, we all can do it. It's possible, bro. Patrick Mahomes is an African-American man. He's light-skinned, but he's African-American, right? He still counts, bro. He still counts. And so I feel like if Patrick Mahomes can do it, bro, he's a lot of inspiration to a lot of people. And I will say, for me, being the same age as him, he inspires me to know, do what you gotta do. If you want to be a fit person, be a fit person. Like, if you want sponsors, do what you gotta do. Study that company or whatever, and be a sponsor. Like, we got a lot of role models out here, and if you want to be a role model, bro, you should be a role model and take it. I don't know if anybody out here has role models nowadays. I have a couple role models. I believe my boy JFK is my dog forever. I actually want to get JFK tatted on me. Who else is my role model? My boy Gandhi. I don't know if anybody knows who Gandhi is, but Gandhi is from India. He is my role model. And another one of my role models is Mr. Tesla. Mr. Tesla go hard. Mr. Tesla has done some crazy things, man, and it's pretty crazy. And to get more talk about the stock and like what happened with RobinHood, give me your opinion. Like, if you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching on Facebook, give me your opinion on like how you feel about the situation with the RobinHood situation and what happened with all that. Because I will say a lot of people have probably hit 1 million, and a lot of people have lost a lot of money. And to be honest with you, I'm not going to tell you guys my information, but I know people are like, oh, go Dodge. Dodge is going to take us all the way to the moon. My trust is in Bitcoin. Why that? Is because I can invest in Bitcoin and go sit down and sip on some coffee for a minute, you know? I don't drink coffee, but with these other stocks, if you don't know what you're doing, you got to watch them. You got to keep your eye on them. You know what I mean? You can't just, like, forget about it. This is stuff that happens, like, in your sleep. Like, day trading and Forex, like, you know, when the market closes during the weekend. Other than that, you got to be up watching them at a certain period of time whenever things open up. Like certain things open up at a different time. Like, and it takes time for you to understand these things. And we got a lot of newbies out here who just went on social media, man, and seen something and was like, dang, how come I can't download Robinhood and sign up for an account? Because there's too many people on the app. Just give it a while, and then maybe you can invest into that stock, man. And yeah, it's absolutely crazy how much the government and how much America drives us into losing our absolute minds, and how these companies like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter have the absolute power to can not say anything about what's being posted or being said, bro. And it's crazy. You see more fake. I made a post on Twitter and was like, what did I say? I said that the truth is considered a hate crime now, and that is the truth, bro. If you're trying to convince somebody what the truth is, they're gonna think like, I'm canceling you out and I can't talk to you no more. Like that's messed up, bro. And it just goes to show you like how strong your mindset is and what you think about, bro. Like you have people convincing you that things are fake. Things are supposed to be the truth and not like fake. And we live in this world where it's like social media will eventually take over everybody's lives, and it even takes over some kids' lives, little kids. I seen another post that was like iPad babies. I don't want to have an iPad baby, and that, and I was talking to a friend, bro, and it's crazy because when you go to neighborhoods, you don't see any kids playing outside like that how we used to. Like we used to be on our bicycles, going from places to places, left and right, like and not come home to what my dad said. Come home when the street lights come home. If you're not here by the time street lights come home, you're gonna get that you're gonna get a whooping. Yeah, you're gonna get that work, man. And you don't see no kids outside like that. I mean, you do, but not like all the time, like how we was. Like I would literally be so excited to come home from school, hop off that bus, run inside, put the bag down. We going outside. Like the kids that you used to see wearing the fresh jeans and they brand new shoes outside, they didn't care. They didn't care at all. They just wanted to come play, come back home with grass stains all in their pants and stuff. Boy, I couldn't never go outside with no socks on, so with no shoes on. My dad would be mad because I used to come back home with holes in my socks. But like, it's just crazy. Like the world is forming and shaping into electronically. Like everything's gonna be electronic. Like it's just crazy. Like I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, and he was saying that this is so true. When we used to have Blackberries and Virgin mobile phones, it literally took us, how many clicks did it take us to get to the letter? Like 4 taps just to type in the letter O on the phone. Like it's so crazy to think that we've came to the point to where it's like I can unlock my phone with my face. And I just found out now that when you go get your passport, they scan your face. I don't even have a passport, but like it goes to show like whatever you do, bro, you are in the system. So it don't matter. Like it don't matter. That's why I be telling people, bro, watch what you say on social media. A lot of things can go south for you. Like you want to start a business or something, or you want to start a career or something. Like you never know, that business or that person that wants to sponsor you, he might go back into your social medias and look for something years ago that you said. You might have said something racist or something like, and they caught it like that right there. Stuff like that. Your past can affect your future, and I know a lot of people will be like, "Hey, put the past away." And then then keep going ahead. But it's like if you don't take care of your past, that past is gonna catch up to you, and they might sneak up on you in a bad way, and that's terrible, bro. Like I've had that happen to me a lot of times, where my past, if you don't take care of the business that you had in the past, you just leave it undone, unsettled, and you continue on with your life, bro. It's gonna catch up to you. Like to everybody out there, I know there's a lot of people out there who got them tickets, they got them warrants, that. It catches up to you eventually, and clean up your mess. Everybody needs to clean up their mess in every aspect. It is like, what do I mean by that is, how do you move as men and women? Like how strong are you? Like let's say you're at home and you're eating a granola bar. Do you leave that trash on the floor or do you go throw it away? Or when for the men out there, when you go to the bathroom, do you piss on the toilet and wipe it up, or do you just piss on the toilet, flush it, and then leave? Like, what type of person are you? You know what I mean? That right there, them little things shows you, tells who what type of person you are. Like, do you leave the dishes in the sink for the whole week, or do you wash them as soon as they get dirty? Don't get me wrong. I might wait me a couple of days. I don't like washing dishes, but that goes to show you, man. Like, what type of person are you? What type of person do you want for your life? You know, and I asked a lot of people. It's not good to ask people what they want to do in the next 5 years, because now there's a saying going around like, "Oh, I do this and that on a daily basis." Like, what do I need to think 5 years ahead for? Which is true. I don't like to think that far ahead either, because I'm not there yet. But it's like, what life do you want to live for yourself? People want kids nowadays, right? And it's like your kid, they get your DNA, like they get your habits. Do you want your kid, to grow up like you, or do you want a kid to thrive and listen to you and not just be a crazy little head nowadays? And I feel like everybody needs to take that time, bro. People are nowadays, for the people out there that is single, I'm single. So the people out there that are single and they're trying to be in a relationship quick, super quick, stop doing that. Take the time to actually understand yourself and your daily habits, because like I was saying before, the trash little method, that right there is like a key factor in your life. Like, if you want to be an entrepreneur, man, it's hard nowadays. We got people from the age of 18 to 25 that's all trying to be day traders or entrepreneurs. And if you want to be real with you, some of us are not going to make it. Some of us are not going to be entrepreneurs. Some of us are not going to be day traders. Like, it's not for everybody. I will hope it's for everybody. If it was for everybody, it wouldn't be easy. But entrepreneurship is not easy. And I'm starting to realize that, like, you got to do your business. Like, you can't be BSing nowadays, bro. And there's a lot of competition out here. And I wouldn't say, you live your life in competition, because you're not supposed to do that. But it's like, pick up the pace. We're all getting older nowadays. So it's like, what now? Like, what are we going to do to better ourselves? And I'm starting to get into reading a lot. I'm actually reading the 48 power, the law of 48 rules. I mean, power, something like that. I can't really remember, but I think I'm on law number 7. The book is pretty big. It's a lot of pages in it, but it teaches you how to become a CEO over a CEO, if that makes sense. Like, how to think and process things beyond a CEO. Someone who owns multiple businesses, has multiple incomes, multiple streams, and anybody can do it. If I can do it, if Mr. Paul can do it, we all can do it. And it might take us 24 years to get there, but eventually we all will get there. And it takes time, and it takes patience, and it takes dedication and hard work. And you might fall, but pick yourself back up and go for it. And some things doesn't always work out for everybody. Like, let's say, no, I'm not gonna say that because there's no wood in here. But for a person that's starting something that everybody, like rappers nowadays, like, if music eventually, you're gonna start realizing, maybe, like, I'm not supposed to be a rapper. It's okay for you to switch it up and be something else. Like, you don't gotta live being a rapper until you're 40 years old. Like, you're not, it don't go like that. Like, some things you need to switch up, like, switch things up sometimes. I want to jump out of a plane sometime in my life. I don't want to be, I'm not scared of heights, but there are some things I am scared to do, like people wrestling with alligators. I'll probably never do that. But it's like, live your life and do what you gotta do. This last topic, not last topic, but it's kind of a bit of a topic. So lately, I know Joe Biden was talking about how he wanted to put Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill. And there was talk about that a couple years ago, when Trump was in office, about doing that, but it kind of disappeared. But now that it's back into play, um, I don't know. I think that's some pretty dope thing to do, is to put Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill. Like, somebody was like, now I get to be out here flipping Tubmans. I was like, okay, if that works with you, but if you want to be honest with you, I can't really remember who's on the $100 bill, but she should be on the 100. Give her respect. She had slaves with her. She freed them on the railroads. You know how she got down. Put her on the $100 bill. Like, oh my god, man, that $100 bill will look crispy. It look nice. Harriet Tubman on the $100 bill, that would look real nice. I think that look nice, especially you know how back in the day how the dope boys used to do it, huh? Get the flat iron, put it on the honey, make it crispy. Ah man, that look nice, man. Give Harriet Tubman her respect. Like give us black folks our respect, you know, and it should be like that. And I'm not trying to be no person who's like, oh, big. I'm not even big about all that. Like some things that black folks agree on, I kind of don't agree on. Like, don't get me wrong, black folks, we are kind of ignorant, man. We hard headed. It's hard for us to get on page on go. We all got like our own independent minds, you know. But I feel like Harriet Tubman should be on the $20 bill. And a lot of people are like, well, shouldn't you think the office should be worried about other things? Oh, do you not know? Like, I know they don't teach us this in history, but do you not know how like the White House works? There's different departments that handle different things, my guy. So yeah, there's a department that handles our currency. There's a department for that handles all that. Like, I'm pretty sure the department is handling the part where they gotta take care of the world. But like Harriet Tubman been on a $20 bill, they should start printing that like ASAP. And yeah, like take out the old 20s, bring in the new 20s. They've already brought out the old hundreds and brought in the new hundreds. Like it is what it is, and make it quick. I don't get me wrong. I'm not into the whole politic talk on this episode, but like shout out to Joe Biden for making that announcement. Uh, I don't want to get in the whole talk about him, but I think that's pretty cool how he brought that up, man. And I think a lot of people, a lot of black folks out there that they get motivated by that. They see like, okay, cool, maybe someone in office do cares about us, and that's good. That's good for people to look up to, and have our black folks on certain things, and that's nice. And I know a lot of campuses when the whole BLM stuff and protesting was happening. I know a lot of campuses was tearing down like old slave masters like statues at the schools and stuff. Like I really want to get people's opinions on that. So if you're watching on Facebook Live or if you're watching on the YouTube, bro, go ahead and go down in the comment section and tell me, how do you feel? Do you think they should have kept the statues there just because like it's been there for so long and it's just part of the campus, or do you think any statue that involves slavery or just someone who did anything like that in the past, do you think it should be gone or and torn down? Or like give me your opinion about it, because personally I feel like maybe yes, some of them should be torn down, yes, but it's like, are y'all gonna tear down the Statue of Liberty? No, she looks nice, she looks good, but like if it goes for the school and it fits the school, I guess you should keep it. But like if it's an all black, almost natural black school like PV, and they have like a white person who did something in black, oh yeah, that thing is going away the first day. Like it's out of there. So I guess it just depends on the person and the campus of the histories of the campus and stuff. And yeah, I it just depends on how the situation is. But for a lot of people out there that's trying to do this whole get rich quick schemes, I have something to say about that. One more thing to say about that. And my thing is, I feel like that's doing the devil's work. And what I mean by that is you're doing something the devil would do. You know what I'm saying? If you say that you're spiritual, you say that you talk to the Lord Himself. Would the Lord do that? Would the Lord do a get rich quick scheme to get rich quick? Like would they go out? Would He go out His way to rob people, steal their unemployment, do all that? Like would He do that? Aren't we supposed to walk in faith, walk through Him, walk with Him? And people always preach. If you go, just pay attention to people on social media, bro. Just pay attention to the people that you're surrounded by. Like it all like makes sense on how people operate. Like you got people who do scams, right? But they're on social media promoting positive vibes or inspirational quotes, or trying to be like trying to be someone who's trying to like talk through the camera to you. But like it's like, bro, like you don't even live that way. You don't walk that way. You don't talk that way. You don't do anything that way. So why should people believe you and what you say? That's not okay. You promoting something that's not good to the culture. That's how I'm gonna put it. I put good to the culture, because if you black and you out here you messing up the culture, bruh. You're not doing what you gotta do to support black people to get up and do better for themselves. Cause we need it. We need it nowadays, man. Times are getting tough. A lot of people are losing their minds. A lot of people are getting influenced by bad messages. A lot of younger folks are getting influenced on toting weapons, shooting guns, and you got rappers and musicians who don't even live that same lifestyle, but they got younger folks out here dying in the streets, bro. That's not okay. That's not how you be a good mentor for other people. Like, you got a big platform. Why are you still? I feel like my personal opinion is, if you are a person who came from the hood, right, and your way out is you be rapping about the streets, because that is your life, right? That is your life. You rapping about your daily life, right? You rapping about what you do, right? But it's like, if you living a good life and a better life, why not rap about that? You know, the Migos are coming out with the Culture 3 right now, and like their whole aspect of it is like rapping about the life that they live now. They live in a luxury life now. You know, they taking care of their families. You know, and doing what they got to do, and that's a blessing. And I think you should stop talking about the past and talk about the present. You know what I mean? Live in the present, not the past. We living in the New Year's now, and we getting deep into our not century. What, my bad. We getting deep into the year, and it's like we're in 2021 now, and it's crazy to think that, man. And I got one more topic for the episode 16, and this topic is about the COVID vaccine and the most recent news that happened with the COVID vaccine. So a lot of people have been taking their second dose of the vaccine, right? And a lot of people have been dropping like flies on the second dose. I don't know what that means, and I haven't really looked into the COVID vaccine, but it's crazy because they had a snowstorm happen somewhere up north, and I guess they had nurses that was in the traffic jam with them, and they had the paramedics and the ambulance there. So these nurses, these EMS people, was going up to these cars that was stuck in the snowstorm, knocking on their window and offering them to take the COVID vaccine. They were giving them the COVID vaccine in a snowstorm. That is absolutely the craziest news I have seen in a long time. And why do I say that? Because if you knock on my window in a snowstorm, one, I am upset because I am in a snowstorm. Two, I am upset because it's cold and I'm pretty sure my heater is frozen. Three, you bothering me. I'm not finna do that. This is an unstable environment. You not finna give me no shot. No, you're not finna do that. I I don't believe in the whole COVID vaccine. I wouldn't say believe, for all you people out there that like to do fact checks. I don't believe. I just don't think we should be taking it. So, yeah, they went up to these people's cars and they knocked on the windows and was offering them COVID vaccines. Now, a lot of people were saying, do you think they gave them their COVID vaccine card, or do you think they just like shot them up and that was it? I mean, I think if they had the ambulance with them and they were EMS and they actually were suited and booted, I think they probably gave them a COVID card so they can go get their second dose. But I don't know. I don't think it's okay to just be, and I seen another news recently about how they a freezer, and I don't remember the exact. I want to say Seattle, somewhere in Seattle, they had a freezer that had I guess died, or like, the power went out or whatever, and they had COVID vaccines in there, and they had people lining up outside of the place just so they can get their COVID vaccines and before the COVID expires. Now, how crazy is that? Looking like, man, they giving this vaccine out like it's candy, like it's a McDonald's fast food line. You got people lining up miles and miles just to get it. And a lot of people are referencing the COVID with the I'm Legend movie. They're referencing saying that the I'm Legend movie took place in 2021, where they had a zombie apocalypse because of I can't talk, because of a vaccine. And it's crazy because what if that is true? What if? Just think about it. I know everybody out there seen I'm Legend, right? What if that happens? What if we have a zombie apocalypse happen like that? Like, it could possibly happen. We never know. They might come back from the dead or something, Like, we got to be prepared for the craziest things ever. And a lot of people are getting these vaccines. They're trying to vaccine, all of America. That's crazy. A lot of people are not going to get the vaccine, though. I know there's a lot of people out here who don't want to get it. I know my parents, they don't want to get it. I don't know about anybody else, but yeah, man, it's so crazy to where the world's coming to right now. I would never thought in a million years that the Spanish flu was taken care. The pandemic of Spanish flu was more taken care of than COVID had was, and we in the future. How was a Spanish flu more organized and taken care of than the COVID vaccine is? Like, it's crazy to think all that. And if you look up the photos of the Spanish flu, they had masks on too. It's like we live in. It's like history just repeats itself over and over again. I'm starting to think that now. Like, some out of the box talk right here. The world keeps repeating itself over and over again. So it's like Mother Nature gives us trial and error. She gives us an opportunity to change history because so it won't happen again. But for some reason, human beings keep failing, so history is going to keep repeating itself over and over again, and eventually, who knows? Maybe eventually, it might be enough somebody else. And I seen a scientist say that there is almost a billion other galaxies in our space. So what does that say? There has to be more than us living in the galaxy. Like, there has to be either humans or aliens somewhere in the other galaxy, somewhere coming. I'm not coming, but like, I just feel like there's more than us living. And if we was to go to Mars, that would be the craziest thing ever. I do believe in aliens, and I think aliens are coming soon. So yeah, I think the way that we're coming right now is a lot crazier than what a lot of people expect, and a lot of people aren't taking that serious. A lot of people aren't being serious about certain events that's happening in life, like the whole stock market issue, the whole OnlyFans. People who has OnlyFans, like everybody, all men want to do is do self development, but like they don't want to like actually take the time out to develop themselves, but they rather go listen to somebody else, right? Yes, there's people that listen to my podcast, but there is people who listen to my podcast, or they might listen to somebody that's inspirational, but they don't take their advice. They might listen, but they don't. It might go in one ear and out the other. Like, so it's like everybody needs to get their life together. Aliens are coming soon, and we are on episode 16. And if you're watching on Facebook Live, I appreciate you for watching. Thank you for everybody that tuned in. Thank you for everybody that said something in the chat. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. And I want everybody to have a blessed weekend, a blessed day. We're coming into February, so I hope everybody has their Valentine's for February 14th, because I'm not gonna say too much, but it's gonna be a cool day. It's gonna be nice. It's on a Sunday. I gotta go to work, but I'm gonna try my best to enjoy it. And shout out to the Alpha Gaming team, bro. We will be having our tournament on February 6th, so please stay tuned for that. We will be going live and streaming it and doing the whole 9 yards. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And once again, episode 16 is done. It's your boy Alpha Onte. Yeah, Alpha Onte. And we out this thing in peace. Have a blessed day.